Greetings, good morrow, and what's up, my digital dwellers? I am William Shakespeare, yes, that's Shakespeare, brought forth from the dusty pages of time into the bright light of your tiny handheld rectangles. You ask questions on my, what do you call it? Ah, yes, Instagram. And I, a humble bard, shall now answer with the wisdom of centuries and a dash of sass. Question 1. Hey Will, what do you think of dating apps? Ah, the modern courtship dance. A place where thou swipest thy finger left or right, judging love by filtered photos and a short bio. Dog lover, gym rat, Netflix binger. In my day, we had gardens, moonlight, and stolen glances. You have, he ghosted me after 3 dates. Romance now be swift and digital, yet still confusing as ever. Love is love, whether sung in verse or texted at 2 a.m. Question 2. Would you ever write a Netflix show? Aye, and gladly. I already see mine influence. Game of Thrones? That's Macbeth meets Hamlet with dragons. Stranger Things? Clearly inspired by my lesser-known play, Much Ado About the Upside Down. If I penned a series now, 'twould be called Thou Up, a tragedy in 3 ghostings. Episode 1, Seen but not replied. Episode 2, Left on read. Episode 3, Blocked and bewitched. Question 3, do you know you're a meme now? Yes, verily, I've seen thy edits. Shakespeare's just an old-time rapper. I'm not offended. I did drop bars in iambic pentameter. But pray do not call me Shakespeare. Even I have limits. Question 4. What would Juliet be like in 2025? She would be an influencer, surely. Posting selfies mid-swoon with captions like, dead inside, but make it poetic. Star-crossed Romeo would be a part-time poet, part-time barista, with commitment issues and a ukulele. Their love story, still a tragedy. But now with more emojis and fewer swords. Question 5. How do you feel about AI writing poetry? 'Tis impressive yet strange. Machines composing sonnets? Huh. But still, no AI can feel heartbreak, like a man who watched his quill freeze mid-confession during a 17th century winter. I read one AI poem, Roses Are Red. This is a test. Not quite the stuff of legend. Question 6. Do people still understand your plays? Some do. Others simply Google what I meant. Students now write, Othello got mad for FR, no cap. Yet the spirit remains. Betrayal, love, ambition, timeless themes. Even when thou becomes yo. Question 7. Would you rather live in 2025 or 1600? A tough call. In 2025, food arrives at your door by scooter. In 1600, we had to chase a chicken. In 2025, you have vaccines and iced coffee. In my time, plague and warm mead. Yet, in 1600, we had time to sit, to think, to write. No one yelled like and subscribe after a conversation. I shall visit but not stay. Thy age is bright, but very loud. Question 8. What would Hamlet post on social media? To be or not to be would be a poll on his story. He'd post selfies in front of his uncle's castle with a filter called Revenge Glow. His bio? Prince, overthinker, ghosts in my DMS classic Hamlet. Question 9. What was your biggest inspiration for writing? Pain, love, eavesdropping. Many great plays began by overhearing a tavern quarrel. One man says, "Thou art a boil," and boom, new character. And yes, heartbreak too. Even a bard gets ghosted sometimes. Question 10. If you could write one last play in 2025, what would it be? It would be called Scroll of Sorrows, a comedy in 100 notifications. A tale of a young soul trapped in endless scrolling who forgets how to live until one day the Wi-Fi dies. Cue dramatic music. Question 11. What do you think of Gen Z slang? Zounds. Thy language is a tempest. Riz, drip, no cap. I barely grasp it, yet adore its rhythm. Thou hast turned chaos into conversation. Still, I wonder, doth slay still mean to kill? Or just to look fabulous? Question 12. What's your opinion on influencer culture? Methinks many are noble jesters, performing for coins and clout. Yet others sell thee potions for clear skin that clear not even sin. But lo, if I had a ring light, perhaps I too would hawk scrolls of poetry on TikTok. Question 13. Who would you cast as Romeo and Juliet today? Zendaya as Juliet, radiant as moonlight. Timothée Chalamet as Romeo, full of longing and great cheekbones. Or perhaps cast robots, for their hearts are equally dramatic. Question 14. What do you think of modern fashion? Astonishing. Half weareth cloth enough to clothe a village, the other wear leggings as pants. In my day, we judged a man by his ruff. Now it's all about sneakers that cost more than my rent at the Globe. Question 15. Ever tried a pumpkin spice latte? Aye. 'Twas sweet, spicy, and strangely addictive. Tasted like autumn kissed a candle. I wrote a sonnet about it. O brew of fall, thy cinnamon delight doth warm my soul on chilly nights. Question 16. What advice would you give to heartbroken people today? Weep not over thy blocked number. Love, like stage curtains, must close so another scene may start. Thou art not broken, merely rehearsing for a better role. Trust thy script, even when it's unwritten. Question 17. Do you play video games? Indeed. I tried one where men jumped from roofs and stabbed thy enemies quietly. Assassin's Creed, methinks, felt like home. Also tried Animal Crossing, got bored, needed more murder. Question 18. What's the weirdest thing about the future? Thee talk to small black rectangles and call them smart. You buy fake land, name pets after snacks, and your kings are influencers with lip balm empires. Yet somehow, thou still asketh, what is love? Question 19. Would you ever collab with Taylor Swift? In a heartbeat. A breakup duet, a tragedy in 4 chords. She pens verses, I pen pain. Together we'd make Romeo weep in his Prius. Call me Taylor. Question 20. What do you miss most about the 1600s? The quiet, the candles, the joy of hearing a story rather than watching 100 reels of cats falling. And plague aside, people knew how to duel with swords, not comments. So there you have it, dear friends. I have answered thy questions, poked gentle fun, and spilled a few ancient truths. Know this, whether thou art reading a play or watching a TikTok, whether thou art heartbroken, hopeful, or just really bored, all the world's still a stage. But sometimes thou must log off to find thy scene. Fare thee well, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Or I shall haunt thy algorithm.